And we are live. Good morning, good Wednesday morning. My all my peeps out there in Chickerland, or however you want to say it. Anyway, it's a lot dimmer today. It's kind of cloudy today. Not as sunny today, which means, of course, the cat is bored. So instead of finding a sunny spot, she will probably be crashing our little live stream, even though it is only 10 minutes. Give her a little bit of time. She's already sneaking up on me. So uh, Nixie is the co-host that you will see popping in here lots of times. But it's a Wednesday, so it's Mercury's day. It is. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite writers. So the quote today is from Madeleine L'Engle. You have to write the book that wants to be written, and if that book is too difficult for grown-ups, then write it for children. Let's pause and take a sip of coffee for that one, and I'll read it again, and then we can discuss it a little bit. Put your comments down below. Were you a Madeleine L'Engle fan as a kid? What I heard they were making it into movies and stuff, and I'm so out of the, ironically, I'm so out of the techie world like that I haven't seen them. But if you have, let us know in the comments. And if you're live, say hi and put a thumbs up or some sort of a thing so I know that it's okay for me to bring your comments on the screen. I'm very much a consent based person, so you got to let me know if it's okay or not. Anyway, so let's take a look at what she said again. You have to write the book that wants to be written, and if that book is too difficult for grown-ups, then write it for children. I love these bold statements that really important writers make. And I think that's why they're classics, is because they make a statement that doesn't necessarily, pander to the times. We all can be kind of comfortable with our worldview, and the really important writers kind of shake that up. And they shake it up. There's a sweet spot. They shake it up enough, but I think they still, you still know they're coming from a place of heart and not necessarily. And truth, not necessarily, just for the sake of sticking a fork in a light socket. And here she is making her entrance. This is my Miss Nixie. I know, because you're not satisfied with anything, are you? So here's Miss Nixie, and she will be coming in and out because she's in that kind of a mood today because it's not sunny. There's no sunny windows to sit in. There's no place to be comfortable. So if there's no place to be comfortable, we tend to like to create a kerfluffle. And not unlike some humanoids I know and love. Okay, here we go. We'll read it one more time. Thank you, Miss Nixie, for giving us that excuse to read it one more time to bring our attention back to the subject matter at hand. If you have to write the book that wants to be written, just that first line kind of gives me a whole lot of delight, because the agency is not with the writer or the audience. So it kind of takes the pander out of it automatically. The sentient being with agency is the book. It's the story. It's a story that wants to be written, and and that kind of reminds me of the quote from Pete Seeger, who said that when they were talking about all these amazing songs that were written in the 60s and in the early 70s, what the heck was going on? Somebody said something. Well, that was when the CIA was manufacturing the acid, so the quality was good. I've never been a drug user, but I always thought that was kind of funny, ironic, and probably somewhat true. Pete Seeger said that there is a river. There's this river out there of ideas that and creativity that need to be tapped into. And Bob Dylan was just further up the stream than the rest of us. He was catching all the fish, while everybody else was catching what he missed. Um, and that also reminds me of a poet, and you guys will know the name because it's a morning and it's escaping me now. But I bet you know. So if you know, put it down in the comments. There's a poet that said that she'd be out working in the fields. So it almost makes me want to think like a Eudora Weldy or a Willa Cather, or but I'm not sure. So out there working in the fields, or and then she could feel it coming on, like a train coming at her, or a tornado coming on, and she had to run as fast as she could, fly to the house, grab a piece of paper and a pencil to write it down before it left her. And that sense of urgency has always been fascinating to me. I can relate to a certain extent because some of my best things don't really believe I don't really believe they come from me, right? As I tell folks that, some of you guys know I do a lot of astrology and talk to a lot of astrologers, and I happen to have a placement that kind of shows that things come from out of nowhere. And I said, I know when that happens, and it's just and it's great when it happens, and it's great when it's kind of got that spark to it, but it's not me. It's like it's outside of me. I'm just there to catch it, and that's really how I feel. And so I really resonate with that concept right there. Has any of you had that experience where just something comes to you and you don't feel like you've expended any effort, but it's like a gift from somewhere? So no matter what your particular philosophical outlook is, whether it's bless the baby Jesus, or Hare Krishna, or whatever, tell me down below. I'm a incredibly broad-minded person. I believe God is everywhere and everything, including every religion. So, whatever your beliefs in, I'm right there behind you, saying woohoo. Uh, as long as they don't interfere with somebody else's beliefs, I'm all for you. Oh, and okay, here we go. You have the right. You have to write. I keep saying you have the right. You have to write the book that wants to be written, and if that book will will be too difficult for grown-ups, then you have to write it for children. So that's the other, you know, point of it. Of course, she famously was a children's author. Um, I believe she wrote books for adults too, but the books that really resonated were her books for children. Why would that be? Would that be because she was able to write more freely for children? Uh, or was it because children are more accepting of things outside the norm because they haven't figured out the norms yet? I should imagine it's a combination of both. How about you? What do you think? Again, tell me in the comments below. And whether you're seeing this live or in replay, I mean, I'm hoping folks come on live, and we're going to really incentivize that as things as time goes on, as this stops being such a hot mess and we start getting it together. Uh, uh, Hot tip: next week things are going to look a whole lot different. Uh, Better sound, better. I mean, what you guys don't know is that you guys are helping me get out of my hot mess. 10 minutes a day. You are helping me structure to go through all my stuff, including these quotes. These quotes are artwork that I made over, golly, over 5 years ago, maybe 5 to 7 years ago. I made those because I was doing something. I was doing something till something happened. And then, see, I've got it. I just don't know where the other parts of it are. My last move, I was helped by an Amish family move, and you have never seen kids work so hard, and they're just so delightful. I just had such a love affair with this entire group of Amish families. But the kids don't know electronics very well, and I'm still unpacking boxes that say kitchen that have different components to all sorts of things. So I've found various parts of my microphone, just not all of them. And the same with everything else. So not only do I have, technical hardware issues of getting everything together, but I've got, my different computers. Where did I save that file? I should repurpose this here. And like I said, we're not even we're too afraid to look at the website just yet. But there is a website that's been up for over 10 years that I need to get in there and do some serious excavation and repurposing, rehabilitation too. Uh, and you guys are helping me. So anyway, and our 10 minutes is up because it's 10 minutes a day, but it's a 10 minutes that's been very valuable for me. And I hope it starts to become very valuable for you guys as well. All right. Well, see you next week. Bye-bye. Or next week. See you tomorrow. I'm already plotting next week, by the way. It's already getting loaded. All right. Bye-bye.